Welcome to the CCEF blogcast, where CCEF authors read their own blogs. In this episode, Ed Welch is reading his blog titled Desire for Approval, in which Ed reflects on a time when he was controlled by his desire for others' approval.
Desire for approval. My wife and I were at odds. We were in the midst of the worst vacation ever. Curiously, the previous worst vacation ever was at the exact same location. So I suggested that the place was cursed and we should leave as soon as possible. We stayed and gradually worked through the conflict, but its intensity left me wanting to hear just a bit more from the Lord. I was hoping that the week would remain the worst vacation and never be supplanted by another. That more from the Lord came about a month later. I had been divesting myself of books over the past 2 years, aiming to get rid of about 1 book a day. But since some of them are old friends, I usually take a final peek. In one book, I noticed the phrase, desire for approval. I don't even know if the book suggested that it was good or bad or normal, but the phrase changed me in a moment. It made immediate sense of what had been happening inside of me during that conflict from a month ago. The desire for approval, which can also go by the desire for respect, is certainly natural to us. We all want it. But this time, the phrase revealed a shadowland in which my desires had imperceptibly morphed into desires that have nothing of heaven in them. My desire became need. My need became demand. I should have seen it when my hurt from sensing my wife's disapproval merged with frustration. Frustration, of course, tends to be blind to what brought the conflict in the first place, and I had been blind. 2 features of this story catch my attention. One is that our spiritual growth is a curious ride. Sometimes we dig, we meditate, intensify our spiritual disciplines, get help from others, and the Spirit uses these things to change us. Sometimes a phrase or a comment seizes us, and we're changed. The other thing that stands out is that change often comes when the Spirit renews old teachings. The old teaching is clear. My desire to receive something from my wife must never exceed my desire to love and listen to her. It's that listening part that has especially been freshened up in my life. If my wife disapproves of something I've done, I want to hear her. What is it that really bothers her? Listening can then take us to a few different places, some harder, some easier. But with such a good start to a conversation, it typically ends well. Over the last few months, this has been tested in small ways, and the gains have held. The change seems to have been real. It's taken hold. But I know that life can gradually distract me, and I can forget what the Lord has taught me, just like so many of the Old Testament saints. Thankfully, God sees my need, and the Spirit will freshen up simple truths once again. Yesterday, we scheduled our vacation for next summer. We will be returning to the same location, and I can't wait.
The Christian Counseling and Educational Foundation exists to restore Christ to counseling and counseling to the church. To learn more about our mission and explore our resources, events, and online courses, visit ccef.org.